is March 4th, 2004. Welcome, everyone, to Bite This. I think we're a little off-kilter.
Yeah, you're always off-kilter, man.
Come over here a little bit. You need to go over there.
Right on.
And Melee is already ensuing right here on Bite This. We got Mick Foley, Molly Holly, and Mark Jindrak calling in. If you have any questions, give us a call at 888-LIVE. Live.
Star-studded Bite This, Josh.
Randy Orton was supposed to be here today, but he's ill, so hopefully Randy feels better in time for WrestleMania.
Yeah, when are you going to get sick so you don't show up again?
Never.
All right, then.
WrestleMania just about, I don't know, how many days away now?
What, 10?
10 days away from WrestleMania 20, the showcase of the Immortals, the biggest WrestleMania on all of WrestleManias. There you see it right there, 10 days away, live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's going to be off the hook, Dr. Tom.
Hey, Josh, what match are you looking forward to the most at WrestleMania 20?
I'd be lying if I didn't say I was most looking forward to the Playboy evening gown match.
Well, then don't lie to us, huh?
Two SmackDown divas, two Raw divas, Tori Wilson and Sable over here, Miss Jackie and Stacy Keibler over here, and they're going to collide. And no matter who wins or loses, Dr. Tom, we all win.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, honestly, I'm really looking forward to the WWE Championship match. Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the first ever, the only time we're ever going to see it, the interpromotional matchup. SmackDown's Brock Lesnar, Raw's Bill Goldberg. They're going to collide, and of course, we all know the special guest referee.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. So WrestleMania is going to be unbelievable.
Let me ask you this. What about the fact that The Undertaker and Kane, yes, he's back. The Undertaker taking on Kane at WrestleMania 20 in Madison Square Garden. That's one of the matches. One of the entrances I'm looking forward to is seeing The Undertaker come back, seeing what kind of reception he's going to get in New York City.
Well, tune in to SmackDown tonight to find out the latest on WrestleMania 20. We got a great show, like I said. Taz will be here. Droz will be here, hopefully calling in.
Haven't talked to Taz in a while.
Mick Foley, Molly Holly, Mark Jindrak, everyone is calling in. So now let's go right now to our first caller. This is Droz. What's up, Droz?
What's going on, guys? Good
How was Disney World?
Disney was good. It got a little chilly, man. As a matter of fact, the day that we left on Saturday morning, the wind chill was 37 degrees. But we had a good time. All my nieces and nephews had a ball, so it was nice, man. It was a good time for everybody.
Very cool. You're feeling a lot better, obviously. Got out of the hospital and things are going good?
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty healthy. I'm looking actually forward to getting to the show on Tuesday in Atlantic City. So
fantastic.
Every time I try to get to the show near me, something happens, and nothing's going to happen this time. My ass is going to be at the show to see everybody and say hi.
Let's keep our fingers crossed, man.
That's right.
Looking forward to seeing you, Droz. We understand that you just got done watching Mick Foley's new DVD. What'd you think of that?
I watched that yesterday. I spent the afternoon watching. I'll tell you what, I've always had great respect for Mick, and he's a friend, and I just was amazed that I knew a little bit about everything he's been through in the years, going back in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and as a matter of fact, there was a match with Dr. John's old partner there, and
Chris Candido, yeah,
and that was it was just great to see Mick, how he came along, of course, Cactus Jack and all that, but especially now, I mean, I know it's been out, but for everybody out there, if you're a Mick Foley fan, I don't know how you couldn't be. This is something you really need to get and really spend some time watching, because I was just in awe and impressed. And I just sat and watched both DVDs in a row, and I think it was like six or 8 hours, whatever it was, but it was well worth it.
Well, right here, I'm sorry, Dr. Thomas. Go ahead. Right here on the cover of the new Raw magazine is Mick Foley, and right there, if you can see, is his good friend The Rock. And, of course, at WrestleMania, it will be the Rock and Sock connection back together again. Droz, did you happen to see The Rock's return Monday night on Raw?
As a matter of fact, yes, I did.
And your thoughts on that?
I'm just looking forward to seeing, of course, Rocky back in the ring, but the Rock and Sock connection is just something that I've thoroughly enjoyed. I know the fans thoroughly enjoyed, and it's just it's going to be great.
Droz, tell us, what match are you most looking forward to seeing at WrestleMania 20, just 10 days away?
Ooh, I mean, there are so many high-profile blockbuster matches, but I'm really looking forward actually to seeing Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited to see that one. Dr. Tom's leafing through the new SmackDown magazine, which will be on newsstands, I believe, next week. Brock Lesnar on the cover. The big issue, and I'm sure I know everyone, is looking forward to seeing it. One time only, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. And Droz, I'm going to put you on the spot. Pick a winner right now. Who's it going to be? Austin's the ref.
Oh, boy. there's going to be a lot of stuff going on there, but I'm going to go. Oh man, killing me here. I'm going to go with Goldberg.
Is that going to be your official pick? Are we going to see that in the column?
I still have 10 days, so I'm going Goldberg right now, and I'm going to have to watch things to see how they're going. And
interesting.
We'll see what happens. But right now, I'm picking Goldberg.
And Dr. Tom, who are you picking?
I have a lot of respect for Goldberg. There's no doubt in my mind, but I've seen Brock Lesnar from the very beginning of his training. I've got to go with Lesnar on this one, man.
Me too. Brock Lesnar SmackDown all the way in that one. Brock Lesnar's going to tear Goldberg up.
It doesn't have anything to do with Raw or SmackDown to me. Actually, Draws, I think I'm looking at both of these athletes with the same eye and same amount of respect. I just feel that Brock Lesnar is a little more, he's a wrestler. To me, true. Goldberg is a football player.
And what's your point?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't mean it like
Draws
that.
was a football player.
I'm well aware of that.
Now, after all these years, it finally comes out.
The truth is out, Draws.
Between us. Okay.
The truth is out.
You're right. What I'm trying to say is that I don't feel Bill Goldberg has the same passion, actually the same. I don't want to say he's not dedicated. I just don't think that he's in the same league as a Brock Lesnar. I could be surprised. I could be wrong. But
no, you know what, Doc? I do agree with you because, as you said, Brock Lesnar not only, yes, he's a professional wrestler now, but being the amateur wrestler and amateur background, I mean, those guys, as we've seen, the other amateurs that have come in, Kurt and, Shelton, those guys are studs.
Yeah.
And when they combine, their amateur wrestling with their professional wrestling, they go above and beyond what most people do in the ring. And, it's going to be interesting. I'm still going to stick with Goldberg, but I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah.
10 days away. Draws, listen, next week you come back and give us your official pick for all the matches at WrestleMania 20. How's that sound?
We'll be all over it.
All right, Draws, listen, thank you very much for calling in, and we're looking forward to hearing from you next week about WrestleMania 20.
Today?
Huh?
Is Mick in today?
He will be in. Yes, he will be.
I heard he's going to be in. You tell him I said hey. Tell him I really enjoyed that
most
DVD.
Most certainly, and I just want to say on a personal note, Draws, real quick, matters are being taken care of.
Hoo-ah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah.
Fantastic.
All right, guys, you take care and have a good one.
See you, Draws. I'm glad that matters are being taken care of.
Yeah, it's nothing you need to concern yourself with, young man.
I'm concerning myself with everything.
Yes, you need to. That's the problem with you and guys like Michael Cole.
I don't know why
you concern yourself with things you don't need to concern yourself with.
Why are you grouping me up with Michael Cole? Why do you do that?
You have the same weaselly look.
No, that's not true. I'm my own person, and he does his thing.
No, you're still a weasel.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
you're friends,
are.
Dr. Tom.
Yes, we're friends. I have a lot of friends with weasels all over. You can't be in this business without having a couple friends who are weasels. That's the way it is.
Really?
Yes.
That's not very nice.
I didn't say it was nice.
Wasn't Bobby Heenan's nickname the Weasel?
Yes. I like Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan is going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Big, huge WrestleMania weekend going on in New York City. The Saturday night, Saturday the 13th of March, before WrestleMania, the day before WrestleMania, will be the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Dr. Tom, I know all the superstars in the WWE, all the fans. I mean, things are going to be sold out. It's going to be awesome. I know everyone's looking forward to that.
Are you going to the Hall of Fame?
I'm planning on being at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
You know who else is going to get inducted to the Hall of Fame? The very first celebrity. The very first celebrity ever going to be inducted in the 2004 WWE Hall of Fame.
You know what? I bet if you ask Pete Rose all these years about not getting into the Baseball Hall of Fame, I bet it's all worth it to him knowing that he will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm just not so sure how the other inductees are feeling about that. But at the same time,
it's a celebrity wing. There's going to be a Wrestlers Hall of Fame, and then over there is the wing. Walk down there, and you can see the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame. You know what? I bet one day that one person's going to get inducted into both the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame and the wrestling part of the Hall of Fame. And you know who I think that man's going to be?
I do, and I think you're right.
I think it's going to be Taz. And now joining us on the phone is Taz. Hello, Taz.
Hello, Josh. Hello, Dr. Tom.
Listen, they lost your music thing that they played before you come on.
Yeah.
They lost it today, and they told me that, and they said they weren't going to have it.
Oh, gee whiz, how am I going to sleep this evening?
Well, I don't know, but how is things in the hook today?
Very good, Dr. Tom. And speaking of the, actually very busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. I'm building a whole new wing off my compound.
Is it a celebrity wing?
No, it's an orange and black wing.
I see.
Well, that's an actual wing. It's going to look like off an airplane.
Excellent.
Like a big jumbo jet. But speaking of the Hall of Fame, I mean, I think the time has come for the body donors to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, very good. And you know what? I know there's been a few votes out there. There's been a few discussions about this, but I don't think we're going to make it this year, and probably not next year or the year after that.
Well, can they find your partner anyway?
Actually, yes, I can, and I know where he is. He's looking fine. He's doing fine. I'd like to see him get another chance.
Wait a minute. Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, actually, I have.
Tell him I said hello.
I sure will.
I have not spoken to him. And obviously, we're talking about Chris Candido.
Certainly, yes, we are, and he seems to be doing very well. And I'd like to see him get his life back on track, which he seems to be doing.
That's cool. Is he at the same cell number?
No, it's a new one, but I'd be glad to give it to you later.
Sounds good.
Taz, speaking of cans and cannot do's, we got Brock Lesnar showing up on Raw, Goldberg showing up at No Way Out. What's going on these days? We know these two are going to collide at WrestleMania. Why don't you give us your take?
It's a promotional action, Josh. That happens when you have two separate companies.
Well, I hear you.
Like the World Series, you know?
Like the National League and the American League?
No, the AFC, NFC, and the World Series. No, yeah, of course. What do you think I'm talking about?
You know, I put up with this every week, Taz, every week.
And he tries to act like he's like the dumb announcer guy. He's very bright. He's not a dumb guy. He's just trying to act like, oh, really? Come on.
That's my thing on Bite This. That's my deal.
No, the problem is that early in your broadcasting career, you learned that from some other tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I don't want to mention any names either, but I have about 5 times already. So.
Yeah, he already has like 8 times in the show today.
Yeah, I don't like mentioning Michael Cole's name too many times.
Good, Dr. Tom. Wow, I like it.
Grouping me with certain people that I don't really feel like I need to be associated with.
You trot along the beach together.
That's not true, Dr. Tom. This is all lies.
Yeah, but Dr. Tom, things have changed, I think, in the friendship between these, the work relationship between these two. Josh is flying to the beat of his, beating to the beat of his, he's beating off.
He's beating, he sure is. He's beating a lot. Yeah, I got you. Well, that always happens with people who come across Cole, I think. I was there. Yeah,
eventually you just form your
No,
own
I never
villain.
was his friend, though. I always wanted to knock him out.
Well,
yeah, there you have it.
You know what? I used to be his friend, and now I want to knock him out.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Well, Taz, we all know that WrestleMania is just 10 days away. I think that we need to move on here. And as a commentator, which you are now, what kind of preparation do you do leading in to the biggest show of them all, the biggest WrestleMania ever, WrestleMania 20, in your backyard, Madison Square Garden?
Absolutely no preparation at all.
Okay, can you elaborate?
No, only kidding.
Right.
Tons of preparation, Josh. You know, I mean, it's just like we're going to sit ringside and call a lot of action for, just over 4 hours of that's what WrestleMania is going to be. I mean, this is the WrestleMania 20. I mean, WrestleMania is huge every year, as everybody knows. But this is WrestleMania 20 at Madison Square Garden. It does not get any bigger than this. So for me, my job, I got to prepare my rear end off with this thing here because I want to make sure from my end and for Cole and I that we nail our calls on all our matches and we, exemplify the passion and energy and excitement that we're going to give to the SmackDown matches as announcers because we know that our superstars will do that. And it was in the promotional matches. I just hope those, the Raw superstars are ready because the SmackDown guys will be coming. I mean, Taker and going after Kane and Goldberg, I just think is in trouble when it comes. Brock Lesnar is just in a rage right now. So, it's going to be good stuff. Hey, come on, the Playboy Evening Gown match, that's phenomenal. Josh, you should be the ref for that.
Absolutely. I'm going to start lobbying for that right now, that I should be the referee of the Playboy Evening Gown match. Taz, right now I'm looking at the latest issue of SmackDown magazine. The Undertaker.
That's very nice.
What's that?
I said, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, and in your article, of course, The Undertaker, he's back there, The Undertaker symbol all on the cover there. The Undertaker getting ready to return March 14th at WrestleMania. But in the back here, Taz, your article is about bumper stickers.
Yeah, I put a lot of time and preparation into that particular Tales from the Hook edition.
Have you seen any good bumper stickers since you wrote this article?
No, I haven't left my house since.
Oh. Okay, well, the April SmackDown magazine comes out on March 16th. Your column features letters that you get from fans. You must get thousands of them every day.
Oh, boy, gee whiz. It's unbelievable the amount of, emails and voicemails I get, because I give my cell phone out to all the fans, So, so I want people to, get in touch with me.
That's funny. I give your cell phone number.
My number out right now.
I give your cell phone number out to all the fans, too.
Yeah.
My cell phone number is 203.
Yes, there we go. Yeah. Go ahead.
203 313 TAZZ.
Very nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's someone's number. Someone's getting called.
Yeah. It's all right. Josh doesn't rib and don't want to be ribbed. No, it's not.
How about I give out Vince's cell phone number?
That'd be great. Yeah.
I'm sure Vince would love it if you gave out his cell phone number. Listen, Taz, tonight on SmackDown, a lot going on with Brock Lesnar and everything leading into WrestleMania. Anything you want to say before we let you go and get it done, whatever it is that you do on your Thursday afternoon?
What is that now? What kind of a comment is that to hurl at someone? You
What do
know,
you mean?
whatever it is that you do, according to Michael Cole,
No,
all
I
I do
know.
is sit around
Listen.
my house and watch TV.
Listen, no, Taz, I know you got a lot going on. I talked to you earlier this afternoon, and your phones were ringing. He had like 18 different phones ringing. And hang on, doing this,
That's
this,
true.
and this.
You know what happened. We were talking about it. It was horns beeping. Well, I got a damn near construction site on the left side of my compound here. I got people building. I got people running around, Mexicans, everything. It's crazy.
Mexicans
Yeah.
and everything, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can understand.
Forget about it. Back it up, Mike. Sorry. Go on.
So, Taz, anything you want to say about WrestleMania?
I have nothing to say about anything that you guys haven't said already. WrestleMania 20, where it all begins again, is going to be huge. Obviously, how much more can I shill this thing?
Nothing. If that's all,
It's
that's
huge.
all.
I mean, there's so many matches on the card. Watch SmackDown tonight. When towards the end of SmackDown, we run the card and tell you all the SmackDown matches and the Raw matches. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's going to be a powerful show. But tonight on SmackDown, can't really say what's going to go down, but WWE Champion Eddie Guerrero, is again fighting an uphill battle. So, which is something that people need to witness.
Taz,
What?
you're the man.
Well, I try and do what I can do, Josh. I do my part. Dr. Tom, I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it. I'm sure I'll be seeing you in the city.
You guys can talk at WrestleMania just 10 days away.
All right, well...
The three of us will sit down and have lunch together.
Yeah, sure we will.
Well, Josh, I can talk to Tom on my own. I don't need you to yell things out in the background. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Taz, up next is Mick Foley on the phone.
I know Mick. Is he on the phone now?
No, he'll be on the phone up next.
Oh, up next. That means after me.
Yes, that is correct, sir.
Got a multi-billion-dollar building there. We can't have two phone lines for talent. That's nice.
Oh, well, we can't discuss that on the air, Taz, but it has been an issue of
I'll let you
discussion.
guys run, all right? You guys keep burying the show.
Yeah.
And, no, Tom, I know you work hard, but Josh is mailing it in every time he's out there.
Yeah, I know, man.
Listen, Taz, we got something in the instant feedback here. It says, Josh, have you ever talked to a woman without giving your credit card number?
Nice.
That's funny.
Have you?
Well,
yes, I have.
Tell Mick I said hello, and I love everyone, and I love the world. And,
I know you do, man. I know you do.
That's it. I got to go later days.
Okay, later days. It's
All
my
right.
thing. He takes my things. So thanks, Taz, with Tales from the Hook, giving his 2 cents on the WrestleMania 20 card that's coming up. Just 10 days away. I know everyone's so pumped about WrestleMania. Dr. Tom, I know you are. I am as well. It's my second WrestleMania working here under World Wrestling Entertainment. I can't wait.
How many WrestleManias have you actually seen?
I've seen them all.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I have.
From WrestleMania 1?
From WrestleMania 1. I started watching live WrestleMania 2, and then from there I never missed a year live on on TV on the pay-per-view stuff. Yeah. WrestleMania 1 I had to go back and watch. I was too young to see it when it was on. but-
Wait a minute. How young would you have been?
WrestleMania 3 was in 1980. When was WrestleMania 3? What year? I always go by WrestleMania 3. 1987?
Yeah.
So I was, WrestleMania 3 was in 87, so I was 7 years old. 5 years. So I was a little young to watch WrestleMania 1 when it was closed circuit television, I believe. So.
I see.
But I have seen it since then.
That's tremendous.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Love
glad to see it.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Love it.
Who doesn't love WrestleMania?
I don't know.
You know what? Mick Foley is one of those guys who, if you have to look at the hardcore legend in this business, we talk about Terry Funk, but if you have to talk about a man who's really done it all, from hardcore to winning the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship, it's Mick Foley. I mean, Mick has really been an integral part of WWE in the past few years, even when he hasn't been an active competitor in the ring. And I'm glad to see him come back, but at the same time, I'm a little apprehensive to watch him in the ring because I see the punishment he's taking today, and it's not any different from the punishment he took before, and that could be a lasting effect on his life. And I don't like to see things like that happen to people who I like. Except you, because I don't like you.
That's real nice. You told me you liked me, Dr.
I like.
Well, we're going to take a look now. This is back at The Rock's return to Raw this past Monday night. This is The Rock coming back. The Rock and Sock connection going to be in Hugh Jackson at WrestleMania. Let's take a look at The Rock's return. In the Monday Night Raw, The Rock and Sock connection. At WrestleMania 20, the Rock and Sock Connection will be back 2-on-3 against Evolution. WrestleMania, it's going to be awesome.
The most electrifying athlete in World Wrestling Entertainment, The Rock, is going to be performing in the most electrifying arena in the world, MSG, and Mick Foley as a partner. I think the roof is going to come off the place.
You know, Dr. Tom, how would you feel if you were going into WrestleMania 20 knowing it is going to be the biggest WrestleMania in the history of WrestleManias and having to compete in your first ever in-ring appearance at this particular WrestleMania? One superstar is going to be doing that, and his name is Mark Jindrak, and now on the phone is Mr. Mark Jindrak. Take a look.
Take a look. What's up, man?
Nothing. We just got done watching The Rock's return to Raw, and we're ready to talk to you about your big first ever appearance at WrestleMania 20, just 10 days away.
You got it. It's a big thing. It's big.
Well, hey, Mark, before we go on, I just want to mention, a lot of people don't know this. This is Dr. Tom, by the way. A lot of people don't know that you and Josh were actually roommates at one time.
We sure were.
Yeah, okay. There's a
Take
special
a look.
connection.
I gave him an autographed picture.
Yeah, exactly.
I still have his autographed picture above my bed.
No doubt. Oh, no doubt. Right above your bed, kid.
That's right.
Yes, sir. So what about WrestleMania 20, Mark?
It's, I mean, I'm very, very, very happy to be there. I mean, it's not only is it my first WrestleMania, it's like one of the biggest WrestleManias ever, as far as, you know, the 20th anniversary goes. And, you know, it's just, you know, I'm ecstatic. I mean, words can't explain how I feel about it right now, you know?
Well, Mark, you were in the WCW box at WrestleMania 17. What was that like?
It was cool. I mean, just it was a lot different from going from crowds of 3,000 to 4,000 people, and then the first WWE show I attend is WrestleMania 17 in front of 60 plus thousand people. You know, it was overwhelming. So that was more like I didn't take it all in it. I didn't really know what to expect, you know. But I mean, this time being a part of it and wrestling in it is you know, nothing short of amazing.
And there's a big. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Tom.
No, I was just going to say, now you and Garrison Cade are a tag team, and it seems to me like you guys have really been clicking, especially getting your teamwork down. How does it feel now, instead of being a single performer? I know you've been in a tag team with Sean O'Hare before, but compare the two. What's it like being in a team with Garrison as opposed to Sean?
I think me and Garrison are contrasting a lot. We're a different type of wrestler. Sean and I were both the same type of wrestler, and you know, they say, you know, the thing about me and Garrison is he's very good at, he's very fundamentally sound. He's one of those ground guys who you know, just wear down a body part and stuff, and I'm more the guy who comes in and, you know, does the big drop kicks and jumps off the top ropes and stuff, and like the both of us mixed together, the contrasting styles, I think we really mesh together. But as far as like we're both very aggressive, and we have a good game plan every time we wrestle. And with Sean, it was like kind of we were two of the same wrestlers. So, you know, if we're in there with guys like, say we're in there with a Regal and, you know, a Fit Finley, who are technically very sound and like that type of wrestling, we were kind of like screwed in a way because we didn't wrestle that style, you know, whereas Garrison wrestles a certain style and I wrestle a certain style, so we both have, you know, both styles covered, you know.
Right, and Mark, you mentioned you come in and throw the drop kick. Who's got the best drop kick in the business?
You're talking to him, buddy. Take a look.
So you have the best drop kick in the business, and I heard that you boast the highest vertical leap as well. Is that true?
Oh yeah, it's definite. That's definitely.
Wow.
Did you see the confidential piece, buddy?
I have it on DVD. I'm getting ready to watch it as soon as we're done here.
You want to talk about your allergies by any chance, Mark, since Josh just brought that up?
Yeah. I told you, Dr. Tom, and I'll tell Josh. I've been allergic to bad looks for 26 years, and I haven't broken out yet.
That's really good stuff. I'm glad. It's actually pretty funny. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I thought you were going to do the old, you know.
What, the old take
like,
a look?
Hey,
tell
Dr.
her,
Tom, Dr. Tom, I ran Chris Brennan, he's, you know, the trainer, Chris Brennan, the other day, and I ran in there, and after my match, I said, I need like 20 or 30 Band-Aids, Chris. I need 20 or 30 Band-Aids. He goes, for what? What's wrong? I said, I lifted up my shirt, and I said, I got cuts all over my stomach.
What do you think, Josh? There you go. That's what I'm looking for. See? Oh, he's got a million of them, man. This guy is great. That's why I wanted to get him rolling. Yeah.
Tremendous.
Anytime.
Mark Jindrak, huge question here on the minds of everyone here at the WWE. Who is the best basketball player on the roster?
Me.
Wow, you know, he doesn't lack confidence.
No.
Should Carmelo Anthony win the Rookie of the Year award in the NBA?
I considered it. I considered making myself eligible for this year's draft.
Really?
I thought Matt Morgan was a baller, but then I saw him play against some Minnesota Timberwolf guy, and it was good, but it wasn't what I thought he was. So I was going to say we were co number one, but I'll take it. I'll take the gold this time.
Very nice. Hey, why don't you share with us your the story about you breaking into business?
You mean? Well, I broke in, of course, with WCW, but I was
between the power plant and OVW and any competitors down there that you think might be ready for WWE?
Well, first of all, the difference is OVW. I thought I learned more in OVW as far as the psychology of wrestling. And I mean, WCW at the power plant, I learned a lot of hard work as far as the physical aspects, as far as the workouts and the lifting weights and the endurance and the agility. But like, I didn't really learn how to wrestle as well as I should have. And in OVW, it was just the opposite. You know, the body will take care of itself, I think. And in OVW, we learned how to wrestle. We learned the psychology. We learned how to, do things, be professionals at wrestling. And now I have, a bit of both. I understand the, physicalities of wrestling, and I understand the psychology of wrestling. So I got a little bit of both now. And as far as the people down in OVW, I'd like to see Johnny Jeter's been he's a great turned into a great talent, and also him as a babyface, and as a heel I would say Mark Magnus, and also Nick Densmore has been up and down from the show. I mean, I think he deserves an opportunity. He's just very, very technically sound.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
So, Mark, you want to answer some email questions?
Anything, give it to me.
This is from Rob of Trenton, Michigan. What's the difference between WCW and WWE?
WWE it's a wrestling corporation, and that's it. And WCW was one of many corporations packed into one. It was, they had TNT and TBS and CNN. Everything fell before wrestling. Wrestling was probably number 15 on the list, And wrestling, as far as a corporation and the way it's run like a Class A corporation.
And I think the biggest difference is, too, that WCW is out of business.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
It's a good point, Dr. Tom.
Yeah, you got a good point, too. Your hat covers most of it.
Thank you. My hat's not pointed, though. It's
no,
flat.
it's your head.
We got another email question from Mark Jindrak. This is from Bill of Oklahoma City. Wants to know if you miss teaming with Sean O'Hare, and if so, do you think the two of you will ever team up again?
I don't think we'll ever team up again. I honestly, unless I'm completely wrong, I think myself and Garrison Cade for the rest of 2004 are going to go on a serious good run, and I really think with the chemistry we have as a tag team and the way we work together, I think myself and Garrison can be I think we can make moves in the tag team division as well as you never know, we could be one of the greatest tag teams of all time if we stay together. Who knows? But I think the run with Sean O'Hare and Mark Jindrak is over with.
Well, there you go. We got some phone calls for you now, Mark Jindrak. This is Michael calling. Michael, you're on the phone with Mark Jindrak.
What's up, Michael?
Nothing. Not much.
Michael, do you have a question for Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and ask him.
Okay, so...
Michael?
Don't be shy.
Okay. Now, Mark, if you had the chance to pick any WWE title, which title would you pick?
If I had a chance to take any title, it'd be the World Heavyweight Championship belt by far.
Well, there you go, Michael. Thank you very much for the phone call. And Mark, you mentioned that for yourself and Garrison Cade, 2004 is going to be a great year, and it all begins March 14th, 2004 at WrestleMania 20. Listen, thank you very much for joining us here on Bite This. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing you at WrestleMania.
Thank you, Josh. See you later, Dr. Tom.
Yes, sir, Mark. Be safe.
Have a good one. Thanks.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Very, very interesting young man. Once you get to know him, he is very dedicated to his training, obviously, and he's learning a lot more about the wrestling business since being in OVW.
I don't like when our chairs squeak together like that.
Yeah, I don't like when you push them very much. All right. And it's very interesting concept that he's not going to ever team with Sean O'Hare again, because you can never say never in this business. But
he said never.
Yeah, I realize that.
I
think Mark Jindrak and Garrison Cade make a tremendous tag team.
Mark Jindrak was on Raw, and last I checked, Sean O'Hare was a SmackDown superstar.
When was the last you checked? Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter, Josh. Point is, I think that Cade and Jindrak make a tremendous tag team, and I think they're going to have a lot of success.
Dr. Tom, you ever think about shaving your head?
Yeah.
You do, huh?
Oh, I thought about it.
You know who's not going to have a choice in that matter if she loses at WrestleMania 20?
Yeah.
You do know who that is?
I do know who that is.
Do you think we should talk to her about it?
I believe it'd be
well,
great.
Let's do it. Joining us on the phone now is Molly Holly. Hello, Molly.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to Bite This.
Thanks.
How are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling very confident, feeling very good.
Right. I know that you obviously had a shot at going down to OVW, getting some more training in and working with some of the talent down there. And now at WrestleMania 20, if you indeed lose, you're going to get your head shaved.
Yes, but I don't see what the big deal is because I'm obviously going to win. I mean, yeah, Victoria's beat me a couple times the last couple of weeks, but I was the longest reigning champion this century, and I mean, I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I'm pretty confident that I can get my title back at WrestleMania.
Well, one thing after watching you Monday night on Raw and seeing the aggressiveness that you have, I don't doubt that you can win. I don't doubt that you will win. But I have to ask you that going into a match like this, you can never be too sure. And that would be a huge, huge blow to your ego, I would think. I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, I'm trying to stay positive.
Good.
I'm trying to stay focused and stay positive. And like you said, I was down in OVW, and I'm trying to always continue to learn. Actually, Danny Davis from OVW sent me some training tapes, and I've been watching them all this week and getting a lot of new ideas, and I'm ready.
Molly, we do have a lot of email questions that I want to get to, questions for you, but let's just say that you think you're going to win. That's cool. Let's just say that somehow Victoria steals a quick one, get your shoulders down 3 seconds, you lose. Are you prepared to get your head shaved?
I haven't even given it a lot of thought as far as that being a possibility. I mean, I've, when I cut my hair before, I used to have long blonde hair, and then I cut my hair pretty much because it was so damaged from being so over-bleached, and to cut it really did upset me. I did like having long hair, and my hair is finally long enough to put it in a ponytail, and it's the healthiest it's ever been. So it would definitely devastate me if I did have to have my head shaved because I worked so hard at getting my hair back to being healthy. But I'm just trying to stay positive in hopes that I won't have to worry about that.
Well, Dr. Tom, you are your hair. I mean, your hair is a part of you. How would you feel?
Well, I've had to shave my hair as well, and I understand the feeling. I've had to wear a crew cut before, and it doesn't suit me. It doesn't fit me at all. But I think we're dwelling way too much on the negative part of it. I agree with you. I would have to say stay positive and don't even think about getting your head shaved. And I'd like to move on to maybe an email question real quick, Molly, because David from New York City wants to know if given the chance, will you ever pose for Playboy?
Well, that's a very good question, and the answer is no.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go to another email. This is from Mike of Ashland, Kentucky. We know you are a very religious person. Have you seen The Passion of Christ? And if so, what are your thoughts about the movie?
I actually saw it last night, and it was very powerful and an amazing film. And I really encourage anyone, whether you're a Christian or not, to go see that. I think a lot of people didn't want to see it because they heard it was so gruesome and so gory. But I tried to think of other movies like, say, Saving Private Ryan that were extremely graphic, but it wasn't like that. I think the reason people were so upset or moved by it was because a lot of people that have a personal relationship with Christ feel like they already know the character on screen. In other movies, you've got an hour to get to know who the character is, but people who've grown up in the church or have been a Christian their whole lives, they really have a deep relationship with Christ, so to see that him being crucified is a lot more meaningful for them and harder to watch, I guess.
Dr. Tom, you as well saw The Passion of Christ?
Well, I did see Passion of the Christ, I believe. Yeah, I saw the movie as well the first Saturday it came out, and I have to agree with you. I didn't think it was as gruesome as I had heard it described. Mm-hmm. and of course the flogging and the cat o' nine tails part, but was pretty gruesome, no doubt. But I heard that the Satanists were hot because of the way the devil was portrayed.
Right.
Yeah, I heard it. I gave it to you, Molly. We had heard the joke. I thought it was great. Josh hated it.
Let's go to the phones now. This is Rachel calling from Connecticut. Rachel, you're on the phone with Molly Holly.
Hey, Molly.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I was just wondering if it's hard to stay true to your Christian beliefs with your WWE schedule.
What was the first part of your question?
If it's hard to stay true to your Christian beliefs with the schedule.
Oh, no, actually, I go to church on Tuesday and Wednesday nights because those are my days off. And I do have a few Christian friends on the road. Charles Robinson is a Christian, and if I ever had any problems or anything, I could always talk with him. And then, of course, Shawn Michaels is also a Christian. And so I guess I just try to read God's Word as much as I can and go to church when I can and just stay connected with other Christian friends.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for the question. Molly, in just 10 days, we will be live in New York City, Madison Square Garden for WrestleMania 20. We know all about your match with Victoria. If you lose, you have to shave your head. But if you win the Women's Championship. This email question is from Samuel of Holly Hill, Florida. Recently, Victoria stated right here on Bite This that she got the widow's peak from you. Who did you get the sensational but dangerous move from?
Well, I actually got that move in a very unethical way. I stole that move from an independent wrestler named Roderick Strong.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even Christians sometimes are a little unethical?
It was horrible. I felt so bad.
Republicans are too, I guess.
Well, he's actually a friend of mine. In the very first wrestling school I ever trained at, he was like 14 years old there, and he was training, and so I've known him for a lot of years, but his name is Roderick Strong, and he was the innovator of that move.
Well, Molly, this email is from Lisa of Buffalo, New York, wants to know how you came up with the awesome finisher, the Molly Go-Round. Hopefully you didn't steal this one, too.
Well, this one was, actually, I was doing a full twisting moonsault when I was having my tryouts for the WWE, and it was really hard on my body to land. So we were trying to come up with something else, and Dean Malenko told me that he had seen Rey Mysterio do a lot of front flip landing moves, except I think Rey Mysterio would do a front flip and then go into a Hurricane Rana. But he said, what if you just did a front flip and land on the person? So it was Dean's idea, and it's like a variation of something that Rey Mysterio would do.
Very cool. But you know what? I think everybody steals something. Nothing is really that original, Josh, except, well, your hair. Yeah. So I think that everybody steals something in this business once in a while and just adds to it. So I don't see anything really wrong with stealing.
Thanks, Dr. Tom.
Anytime.
Let's go back to the phones now for Molly. This is Kelly calling from Texas. Kelly, you're on the phone with Molly Holly.
Hi, Molly. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My question is, who inspired you into the WWE?
Who inspired me to what?
Inspired you to go into the WWE?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I would have to say that Macho Man Randy Savage encouraged me to continue wrestling and to follow my dreams, and the best place to work is the WWE. It just doesn't get any better, so that's definitely a goal before I came to the WWE, and Macho Man Randy Savage was really there to support me and to encourage me to do the best that I can.
Hey, on that note, Molly, real quick, we've heard a lot of things about Randy, and I just want to, it's part of an email here as well from DJ of Picayune, Mississippi, who says he's heard that Randy Savage is literally insane and hard to work with. Is that true?
I don't think that he's insane. I do think that he is very motivated and very goal-oriented and driven, and I don't think the guy ever sleeps. So I guess that's definitely a unique trait about him. But I would have never got my big break without him, and it's hard to say what I'd be doing right now without his help and without his belief in me. And he really helped me, not just get into the wrestling business, but also as far as how to work hard and to how to manage your finances and pretty much all aspects of the business. he's really been a great help to me. So I can't say a bad thing about the guy. He's awesome.
Very good.
And he's a rapper.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah.
rapper.
He's got his little CD out.
I wish you'd take a rapper and wrap up.
No,
Hey,
I don't rap.
Listen, we have another email from Joey of Harrington, Delaware. He wants to know, do you miss being the Hurricanes' former superhero in training?
Yes, I do miss that at times. It was really fun. It's really fun to be able to walk down that ramp with a smile on your face, you know. And Hurricane is so talented, and it's all the little kids just love him to death. So it was fun to just be around him and to have such a fun character to play on the show.
Yeah, I thought Mighty Molly was cool in the Hurricane. I was a fan of that, and they had the little car next to the motorcycle.
Yeah, the Hurcycle.
The Hurcycle, yes.
The Hurcycle.
Lots of fun. But now times have changed, and in 10 days, Molly, you take on Victoria for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 20. This is your first singles match
Yeah.
in WrestleMania history. How do you feel about that?
I am so excited about it. I mean, it's been hard in the previous years to be watching WrestleMania from a TV monitor and back. I mean, I so badly want to be out there in front of the fans. And even though I won the hardcore title at WrestleMania a few years ago, it was backstage and not out where the people are to feel that kind of that energy and that excitement. So I'm really pumped about it. I mean, I can't wait.
It is just 10 days away from the sold-out Madison Square Garden in New York City. Molly, wish you the best of luck, and thank you very much for joining us here on Bite This Thursday afternoon.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. That
Molly's
was
a very,
Molly.
very pleasant lady.
Yeah, I like Molly.
Yeah, I do too. She's a very pleasant lady to talk to. She knows her stuff. She helps the girls and guys in Louisville every time she goes down.
I hope she doesn't get her head shaved at WrestleMania.
Why?
Do you think that it's going to happen?
I think anything is possible in WWE.
Yeah,
I mean, even you could get fired today. Who knows?
Today? It's almost 5
Yeah.
o'clock. The workday's almost over. They're not going to fire me now.
Yeah, that's okay.
You think they will?
All hours of the night, pal.
Yeah, but what if I just go home and turn my phone off?
You get fired tomorrow. You still get fired today. You just won't know about it.
I guess you're right.
I am right.
It's really nice, Dr. Tom.
Thank you. I am
Lots
nice
going
guy.
on. Mick Foley is missing in action. Can I get fired for that?
No.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Mick's busy today. He's been going
He's
through a lot
got
of interviews.
stuff going on. Mick did, 2 or 3 or 4 interviews this afternoon. Me and Dr. Tom. Let's talk about what's going to happen tonight on SmackDown. Paul Heyman wants an apology from Eddie Guerrero. I mean,
Is he going to get it?
I don't know. But why does Paul Heyman want Eddie Guerrero to apologize? Eddie Guerrero was arrested last week on SmackDown.
Maybe for knocking Dawn.
But it was an accident. What Eddie did was an accident. He didn't mean to knock down Dawn Marie. Paul Heyman took it one step too far, and Paul Heyman had Eddie Guerrero, the WWE champion, arrested. That'll
You're right.
fall
If he
out.
would want an apology, we would want an apology from your parents because you're obviously an accident.
Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman, and Ultimo Dragon take on Tajiri, Sakota, and Akio. And don't forget that 5 out of the 10 of those guys will be involved in the huge first ever WWE Cruiserweight Open at WrestleMania 20. So it's going to be awesome. John Cena takes on the A-Train, plus Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, and so much more happening on WrestleMania. Next week on Bite This, the WWE Champion Eddie Guerrero joins us live right here in the studio. And on the phone, we'll have Shawn Michaels, who will be competing for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 20, just 10 days away, in the first ever triple threat match at WrestleMania, taking on Chris Benoit and the current World Heavyweight Champion, the Game, Triple H.
I don't think Triple H has ever been more threatened. I don't think Triple H has ever been in more danger than he is going to be at WrestleMania 20, especially with guys like Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit breathing down his neck.
And also WrestleMania, that's a huge 2-on-3 handicap match. Rock and Sock Connection versus Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista. And I'm just being let know right now that joining us on the phone is none other than Mick Foley. How you doing, Mick?
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. I'm still pumped up from Monday night.
Very good. Very
We understand
good.
you've been doing a lot of interviews today, and obviously it's kept you over, huh?
Man, I just forgot. You know, I know I was supposed to. You know, I've had a few big days. You know,
Yeah.
past few days, and I apologize, guys, but I'm here now.
Hey, that's all right, man. I appreciate honesty on the show. It's a rarity, obviously, especially when I sit next to Josh.
Now, is that Bruce Pritchard?
This is Tom, Dr. Tom.
Tom Pritchard. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You know, Tom, let me just tell you this. You know, I said this when we went off the air.
Well,
And The Rock. It's not about you, but
yeah.
I want to say this. I think it's important, and I said this, and The Rock thanked me. He was like, "Wow!" Like he was surprised that I said it. But I went off the air, and I told the people in Atlanta that basically, you know, what had just happened was what I consider to be one of the biggest moments of my career. And I was looking forward to this match as much as any match I could think of during my career. It was like one of those moments to just be there in the middle of it and feel like I was almost like the father of the moment, by creating this need for The Rock. Like I think it was a moment where the fans, some of them thought he was going to be there or thought he might be my partner because there'd been rumors out there for a while, but it was, for other people, it was like you were giving them exactly what they wanted, even if they didn't realize they wanted it.
No
you know
doubt.
What I mean? So it was just a phenomenal reaction when he came through, and he was, it was just great to be part of it, and it's going to be great to be part of the Mania matchup.
Well, obviously, Mick, talk about rumors. Rumor has it that this Monday on Raw, Rock has planned a "This Is Your Life" segment. And, that's got to be another big moment because I'm sure you don't know what's going to be happening.
Well, I don't know what's going to be happening. And I think, I think somebody, I don't know, Rock heard it or somebody, when I did the interview with JR about, not laughing anymore and not feeling like the Mick Foley of old. And it's kind of like a bachelor party, like it's like the fun before the real work begins. And I don't want to know what they've got on tap for me. I mean, I've heard a couple little things that if it were to happen would be really great. But it would be fun. It is going to be fun to try to recreate that magic, that we had when we were the Rock and Sock Connection years ago.
So that's the rumor for going on this Monday night on Raw. But Mick, looking past that, just 10 days away is, of course, WrestleMania 20. You touched on it, but can you elaborate a little bit on this huge 2-on-3 matchup, you and the Rock and Sock Connection taking on Evolution?
Yeah, I mean, this is a WrestleMania where, as opposed to last year, where there were like maybe the three really, when I say laid out matches, I mean matches that had a chance to get in people's minds to where they really wanted to see it. This year, I think there's 6 or 7. And what's great is there's this atmosphere where a lot of people, there's 5 matches or so that think, hey, no, we're the reason people are tuning in. And of course, that's the way we feel about it. And you got a match where a lot of people, even though, like I said, it's a match that I think people really want to see. If you look at the guys in the match, a lot of them feel like they have something to prove. The Rock, wants to show that he can come back and still be the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. And from my point of view, hey, if I come back and I can't live up to the standards I set for myself, it's going to be a major disappointment, and I wouldn't be coming back if I didn't think I could do it. You got Orton and Batista, who literally have the chance to become superstars, before people's eyes in Madison Square Garden. And I don't think people should forget the fact that, Ric Flair is, arguably the greatest performer in the history of the business. And I think he will attempt to make sure that people are talking about Ric Flair when it's all over. So I think all the elements are there, not only for a great WrestleMania, but in this case for a match, that is going to hopefully steal the show.
And Mick, I think you hit the nail on the head when you say all the superstars at WrestleMania want to steal the show. We have another one from SmackDown, the WWE Championship match. Kurt Angle takes on Eddie Guerrero. What are your thoughts on Eddie Guerrero becoming the WWE Champion?
I thought it was great. I mean, I was traveling en route to the next show in California, so I didn't get to see it live. But there were just people huddled around the monitor the next day, and they told me, "Look, this is special." And when he won it, it was like you saw. I mean, let's face it, there have been a lot of title changes over the years, and that had to rank up there with the most memorable. There was definitely like a feeling that something special was happening, and for Eddie Guerrero to be more or less, when I say rewarded, I mean just to be in that position, and especially I think he'd be the first to say that a few years ago when he was having problems, that he would have been the last person in the world to think be champion, especially when his size was seen as being a drawback. So I think it's a great testament to his his will and his talent. Sometimes really is the most important thing.
Right on. Let's go to the phones now. This is Peter from Ontario. Peter, you're on the phone with Mick Foley.
Hi, Mick. How's it going?
Hey, Peter. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. First of all, I'd just like to say it's so awesome to be able to speak with you this afternoon. I've read both of your autobiographies. I just recently bought your greatest hits DVD, and it's just awesome.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, and my question for you this afternoon is what's it like for you to be able to work with a young superstar like Randy Orton, opposed to a veteran like Triple H?
Well, you know what I mean. When I was trying to figure out what I would do, if I were indeed to come back, I had to think: do I slip into what some people might call a dream match, or do I try to do something with somebody like Randy who's not been proven? And I think everyone deserves a chance to step up to the plate and see how far they can hit it. And all I'm doing is creating a situation where he's getting that opportunity, and what he does with it remains to be seen. So far, I think he's really done a good job of, carrying himself like a true superstar and a guy who could, very well lead WWE into the next decade. So, looking back on it, if he were to say 10 years later that the match with Mick Foley was a big deal, then that would be a big deal to me. But I'm not going to make it easy for him by any means. I'm going to challenge him, and he's really going to have to, play with the big boys, because there's some major players in the business in that match.
No doubt. Mick, there's a question that I've got to ask, because I've been watching how you've come back, and it seems to me, and I think to a lot of people, that the amount of punishment that you're taking, it really hasn't changed from the amount of punishment you used to take. It's still the same intensity. It's still with the same passion. It's still with the same oomph to it. And I know that one of the reasons you got out of it was because of the punishment you were taking, and one of the reasons, another reason was because of the way your family felt about this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: any advice or words of wisdom that you want to give to any of the young Mick Foleys out there who saw how you progressed through your career, what you had to go through to get to the position you are today? I mean, is there anything you can say to the up-and-coming future Mick Foleys of the world?
Well, I can tell, the aspiring young wrestlers, first off, amateur background is a lot more important than what it was when I broke in. And even with I had a little bit of amateur experience, and that was invaluable. But now, if you don't have it, you're kind of, you're kind of out of luck. But I tell everybody, you know what? I mean, the chances of making it are slim. Chances of getting hurt are really high. So you need to get an education and then give it your all. Some people don't believe in having something to fall back on. I never could have made it if I didn't have something to fall back on, because I was able to go full tilt with the realization that if it didn't work out, at least I tried my best and I could do something else. And I also tell people, not just in wrestling, but in life in general, that, sometimes the outcomes of situations are out of our hands, and I don't think it's fair to let other people dictate to us what success is. And I really do believe that, the glory is in the trying. And I know this sounds like a promotional DDP speech, but really, I mean, as long as you apply yourself and give it your all, there is nothing to be ashamed of, and you should consider it to be a success. And that's the way I feel, for example, about the book I wrote, and about several other things I've done that have not necessarily been embraced by the multitudes.
Well, I don't think you've ever really looked at the multitudes to gauge your life on, anyway, man.
Well,
but
nobody should. But you go through life, and people tend to judge you based on what you do instead of who you are. And I've met some really wonderful people who've dedicated their life to helping other people. And by some standards, they're failures because they drive lousy cars and they don't make the type of money that will get them nice places. But to me, they're heroes. So
yeah,
kind of what I'm talking about in the bigger scheme. To go out there and work on your own goals without worrying about being a success on other people's terms.
Well, one thing I just want to mention too, we had Draws on earlier. He wanted to make sure that we told you. He said hello, and he watched your DVD, and he said it was great. He especially liked the match with Chris Candido from Smoky Mountain, and I'm sure there's a lot of other interesting matches that people would be surprised to see on this DVD from various territories.
Now, who said that, Doc?
Draws.
Oh, Draws, really?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he watched both CDs over the week, or this past week. Was really, really into it. He put it over like $1 million, and I'm sure that anybody who's a Mick Foley fan or even a wrestling fan would be interested in seeing some of these older matches.
I appreciate the plug, and when they asked me if I'd promote it, it's like, man, it's the easiest promotional sell in the world. You just basically go on the radio and go, well, if you like what I do, you're going to like this DVD, and if you don't, you probably should save your money,
All right.
But I mean, it's geared towards wrestling. Obviously our fans and people who like what I've done and are interested in seeing what I did before I got to WWE are going to love it. So, from what I understand, people really like it, and I know that I watched it, at least most of it, and I was very happy with it.
Very good.
And now, of course, Mick Foley in just 10 days at WrestleMania 20, the biggest WrestleMania of all. It's you and The Rock back together again, 2-on-3 handicap action against Three-Fourths of Evolution. We want to wish you the best of luck and really thank you for joining us here on Bite This on this Thursday afternoon. We know you had a real busy day, and thanks for giving us your time and joining us.
And I got to tell you something. There's something really great about knowing that after 4 years, you're teaming up with the one guy who's going to get a much better response than you are upon your arrival. So I've got to accept that that's the truth. And I'm going to just pretend they're chanting Foley, Foley. So
there you go.
Very good.
But it's going to be awesome, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right,
very
thanks,
good.
Mick.
All right, see you guys.
See you.
Bye.
Glad Mick Foley finally got to call in. I knew he had a busy day, and probably sometimes like you, he goes home and has a nap.
I do take a nap every once in a while.
Yeah, I realize that.
It's nice. It's nice to get
like during the show.
It's nice to get a little afternoon nap in there. I won't have time to take one today. I got a big basketball game, WWE company basketball game going on.
Let me ask you this: how much money is that basketball game made for us?
How much money is the game?
Who cares about the basketball game except the guys playing it? Thank you very much.
Well,
I rest my case.
That's real
Nobody
nice,
cares about your gimmick,
You can
Josh.
come. You can come and play.
I don't want to play.
Be on Team
In fact, I don't even want to
WWE.
watch
We got
it.
jerseys. I got my
No,
jersey
I
right
don't
over
care
there in my
about
bag.
that. What I care about is our guests when they're on Bite This. I care about giving them extra time. I care about, like Stone Cold Steve Austin told me how pissed off he was when you tried to cut him off.
I did not.
You did try to cut him off. We kept him an extra 30 minutes.
Wrong.
And if I had my way, I would have kept Mick Foley an extra hour. He allowed phone calls and things like that. But the powers above me, and definitely the powers above you, say no, we have a certain time schedule we have to adhere by.
Well, that's the way it is.
But
You're
Mick,
Bite This.
I just wanted to let you know, I was prepared to sit here until 6:30 to let you have your say.
Maybe we'll get Mick Foley back after WrestleMania. He'll tell us all about his adventures in Madison Square Garden. But that's going to do it for us here on Bite This on this Thursday afternoon. For Dr. Tom, I'm Josh Matthews. Looking forward to seeing you all at WrestleMania 20.
Yeah. Can you dig it? Hit it. Let's break up out of here.